Well, welcome. I'm Tanya Morgan, ASMIRT's CPD Project Officer, and I'm joined today with Carrie Bru, the CAMRT's Director of Education, and together we are very pleased to announce a new CPD initiative for ASMIRT members. As of today, ASMIRT is partnering with the Canadian Association of Medical Radiation Technologists, the CAMRT, to bring ASMIRT members their wide range of online CPD and learning modules for medical radiation practitioners at reduced prices with a selection available at no cost. The CAMRT currently has over 200 CPD offerings relevant to radiography, nuclear medicine, magnetic resonance, computerized tomography, mammography, ultrasound, and radiation therapy. This presentation will provide an overview and introduction to this exciting new member benefit, providing an insight to the CAMRT's CPD offerings, what is currently available and what is coming soon, and how ASMIRT members can access all of this CPD. This presentation will also include a live demonstration of the CAMRT CPD portal, and Carrie and I will be able to take questions at the end of the presentation. ASMIRT members now have access to the CAMRT's CPD online catalogue, which provides access to webinars, virtual conferences, virtual lectures, quick self-study courses, full-length courses, as well as certificate programs and challenge exams. And Carrie will be able to tell us more about these shortly. This new agreement allows ASMIRT members access to these CPD offerings at preferential pricing, representing a saving of 30 to 100% off the current CPD prices. With 50 webinars that you can now access for free, a saving of $30 each, and over 80 virtual conferences on offer for as little as $10 each. Please note that all prices listed here are in Canadian dollars, and any CPD purchases that you make within the CAMRT's CPD catalogue will also be in Canadian dollars. And now we have Carrie, who will tell us more about what's on offer. Thanks, Carrie.
Thanks, Tanya, and good evening, everyone. I'm very happy to be here today to give you a sneak peek at what you can expect from CAMRT CPD. As Tanya mentioned, we have over 200 CPD offerings in our catalog. We have a wide range of course types and topics relevant to medical radiation technology. One of our strategic priorities at the CAMRT is to deliver responsive education. So we are continuously adapting our offerings to ensure we deliver a menu of current educational offerings that are affordable, high quality, and accessible. Our aim is to publish new courses to help medical radiation technologists acquire and bridge competency and knowledge gaps in response to new technologies and practice changes. Aside from offering a wide range of course topics, you will see that we also offer a wide range of course formats and lengths. So if you only have an hour to spare, perhaps a webinar would be a good option for you. Or maybe you're looking for a more comprehensive, in-depth study, then our full-length courses might be more to your liking. All of our courses are developed by subject matter experts and peer-reviewed by at least 2 other subject matter experts to ensure that we are delivering accurate, relevant, and quality educational topics. I'm now going to briefly walk you through the different course formats you'll have access to through this preferred pricing agreement. So first up is our most comprehensive and formal course type, the full-length course. Our full-length courses are offered twice a year in the fall, so late August to November, and winter, which is January to April. When you register for the course, you get the course module and assignments. While learning and studying in these courses is largely self-directed and independent, there is an instructor available to answer questions and provide feedback on assignments. Most courses have 6 assignments, which you're required to complete to access the final exam, which is delivered at the end of each term. You can see that they do require a significant time commitment, somewhere between 30 to 55 hours, depending on the course. Our newest full-length course releases are breast imaging, which is actually a 2-part course, introduction to research, and leadership skills. Some of our other more popular full-length courses include our CT imaging series, our interventional radiology series, and imaging breast pathology course. In a couple of slides, I'm going to chat about our certificate programs, but a number of our full-length courses are the didactic requirements for our certificates. So for example, our breast imaging 1 and 2 courses are mandatory requirements for our breast imaging certificate. And our CT series full-length courses are mandatory requirements for our CT imaging certificate. One important thing to note is that if you want to apply the full-length courses to a certificate program in the future, you will need to achieve at least 75% grade on the final exam of all the required didactic courses. We are very pleased to offer these full-length courses to you for $525 Canadian, which is 30% off of our non-member rate. The next course type are our quick self-studies, and as the name implies, our quick self-studies require less of a time commitment. Once registered, you receive the course module or link to the online learning environment to complete your course. There's no instructor support for quick self-studies. However, if you have any questions, you're always welcome to reach out to the staff at the CMRT through the support link. If you want credit for the course, you do need to complete a short quiz at the end of the module. Once you register for a quick self-study, you're given 4 months to complete the course. We have just under 40 different quick self-studies available in our catalog, and we're always working to add. Our newest releases for quick self-studies are brachytherapy, MRI and radiation therapy, radiographic pathologies for the interventional radiology technologist, and basics of breast MRI. Some of our more popular courses are cardiac CT, stroke and CT perfusion, CT colonography, and breast cancer overview. Again, we're pleased to offer you these courses at a discounted rate, anywhere between $89 and $129, depending on the length of the quick self-study course. Next up is our newest offerings, which is our virtual programming. We have 3 different categories of virtual programming. Our newest and most exciting is the Virtual Classroom Lecture Series. We just launched this in 2019. The Virtual Classroom Series are online interactive lectures designed to enhance and refresh foundational knowledge. These affordable and high-quality lectures are a convenient way to meet continuing competence requirements and a wonderful opportunity to learn from clinical and industry experts. Conveniently offered on demand, the virtual lectures allow you to learn at your own pace and on your own schedule. Our newest releases for the virtual lecture series are cardiac catheterization, clinical PET MRI, personal leadership, fragility fractures and fracture risk determination, and introduction to MRI simulation in radiation therapy. We also have a number of new lectures in development that will be coming later this year, and those topics include strategic planning, pediatric pain management, MR safety, and theranostics, imaging and treatment of neuroendocrine tumors. The virtual lectures are offered for $55 Canadian. The next type of virtual programming offering we have is our virtual conferences, and these are captures of CMRT conference sessions. At each of our events, we attempt to record a number of presentations so those who are not able to travel to the event can get access to some of the content. Each conference recording is available for only $10, a fraction of the price to actually attend the event, and 50% off of our non-member rate. And last but not least is our Practice Insight webinar series. Practice Insights are a series of webinars providing insight and education to practicing MRTs on topics of clinical and professional interest. This webinar showcases MRT-related research, industry innovations, and other relevant practice insights. These webinars are typically $30 for non-members, and we're very happy to offer this series to ASMIRT members for free. We currently have 49 webinars in our catalog, and that continues to grow. Usually we add somewhere between 8 to 10 new webinars every year, and again, this will all be free for you to access. Our newest webinar releases are Ethics and Artificial Intelligence, Indigenization and Reconciliation in Allied Health Education, and Student-Centered Learning for Patient-Centered Care. Last but not least, I wanted to share with you the different certificate programs we offer through CMRT. A certificate program provides a mechanism to demonstrate knowledge and competence in a specialized area of practice, promotes standards of excellence, and identifies those who have met a high level of competence in a nationally recognized standard. The programs provide an excellent opportunity for continuing professional development and a credential that is sought by employers and a means to enhance credibility and accountability as a team member. Each program consists of both a didactic and a clinical component. As you can see on the screen, we offer 7 different certificate programs, all of which have different eligibility and completion requirements. In a few minutes, I will show you where you can find more information on each of these certificate programs through the ASMIRT portal. I'm very pleased to share with you that we are also currently working to launch a digital badge strategy for our certificate programs. What this means is that once you have completed the certificate program, not only will you get a paper certificate as proof of your achievement, you will also get a digital badge as pictured on the screen. Earned digital badges can be uploaded and displayed to social media profiles such as LinkedIn or Facebook, personal websites, as well as on resumes. These badges are embedded with metadata that authenticates the badge and creates an online record of your achievement, therefore making the accomplishment more visible online. So potential employers or curious colleagues could click on the badge to instantly verify the credential or achievement earned, including the recipient's name, the description of the credential or achievement, what was required to achieve it, and the issuing organization. We are currently working on this, and our plan, if all goes according to schedule, is to launch this initiative in fall 2020. One last thing I wanted to touch on is that almost all of our courses in our catalog have been approved for Category A credit. CMRT has the status of a recognized continuing education evaluation mechanism, also called RACEME organization, by the American Registry of Registered Technologists, the ARRT. This status allows CMRT, through our credit approval process, to evaluate and approve continuing education activities for Category A credit for use by those technologists who are members of the ARRT. Our courses that receive Category A credit have been peer reviewed to ensure that courses offered are high quality and relevant to medical radiation practitioners. If you are registered with the ARRT, you can use these courses as part of your professional development requirements. So that is it for the overview of what we have to offer in our catalog. And before we walk you through how to create your account, I thought I would just share a few of the courses and programs that are currently in development. We are working on a diversity and inclusion microcertificate program, which will include courses on cultural sensitivity, LGBTQ2S+ care, and also caring for patients with disabilities. I've already shared the virtual lectures, and so we won't go over those in too much more detail, but you may also be interested in hearing what's coming with webinars. So we've got a few webinars on our agenda for 2020, and some of those include artificial intelligence and the MRT profession, how our advocacy must inform practice. We've got a bone density presentation that's related to the long-term use of biphosphonate therapy, another presentation on the use of magnetic seeds in breast lesion localization, and then another live webinar we have coming up soon is a values-based approach to stress and fatigue. That live broadcast will be May 7th at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and again, that would be free for ASMIRT members to attend. And if you aren't able to make that due to the time difference, it will be available on demand in our catalog after the event. So I think that is it for my overview. And so I am going to pass back to Tanya now, who is going to walk you through how to create an account.
Thanks, Carrie, for that great overview of what's on offer. It certainly is very exciting. So, how can ASMIRT members register for the courses and access the discounted rate? Well, the first step is to create an account through the ASMIRT CAMRT portal, where you purchase the ASMIRT CPD Agreement deal for $0, which Carrie will demonstrate shortly. So, how do you access the ASMIRT CAMRT portal? Well, there are two ways that you can access it. You can either follow the link that you will receive in an email tomorrow with more details, or you can log in to your ASMIRT My page and locate the CAMRT CPD tile on the dashboard. This tile will also take you to the ASMIRT CAMRT portal. To access this portal, you must be a financial voting ASMIRT member. So to proceed, you select Next, where you can then create an account and purchase the ASMIRT CPD agreement. Once you have completed this process, you can log back in at any time to browse the full CAMRT CPD catalogue and receive the ASMIRT preferential pricing on all your CPD purchases. And now, Carrie will provide a demonstration for you.
Thanks, Tanya. I'm happy to walk you through the login process and give you a tour of the catalog and show you how to purchase a course. And I'll even take you in on the back end to show you where to access your course material once you've purchased or registered for the course as well. So the first page that you're going to land on here after you click on the new user link is this page here that you're seeing on the screen. So this just has a very brief overview of what the agreement is all about. It also has a couple important links. One is our privacy policy, which I would encourage you to have a look at. And there's also a link to our email address that you will need should you have any questions or if you need technical support. If you're not on this particular page, you can always find our email address under the support tab at the top of the screen. So I am just going to click next, and this page is going to take us to the page where you're going to create your account. So here, you're just going to put in your contact information. So I'm just going to do something a little bit different here so it doesn't recognize my login. So you're going to put in an email address, and then you're going to create a password. Your password is going to need letters and numbers. Create login. The next page is going to ask you to put in your ASMIRT member ID. So this is how we are going to verify that you are in fact eligible for the preferred pricing. So please put in your ASMIRT ID. I am not an ASMIRT member, so I'm just putting in a test ID number right now. And then I'm going to click next. And then at this point, it's going to prompt you to purchase the CPD agreement, as Tanya had already mentioned, and it is $0. And by purchasing this agreement, it just allows us to provide a designation for you behind the scenes that will allow you to access the discounted pricing. So I'm going to click next here. And I see again that it's just the ASMIRT agreement. It's $0. I'm going to complete my payment. And this, in essence, will allow you to register your account so you can see the preferred pricing. And you'll know that it has worked because you will see this receipt here for $0. It says ASMIRT CPD agreement. And from here on, you should be able to go to the CAMRT CPD catalog and get the discounted rate. So where you go for that is at the top of the screen, you'll see it says CAMRT CPD catalogs. When you click on that, there are a couple different catalog options. One is our certificate program catalog, and the other one is called online education, but that's our full catalog with all of our course listings. So I'm going to take you to that one first. And once you get to this page, you'll see there's a menu of filters on the side. You can browse courses according to discipline, so nuclear medicine, radiation therapy, radiological technology, or you can browse the offerings by course type. So if you want to look at all of our full-length course offerings, you can click on the full-length filter. If you wanted to do a virtual classroom lecture series, those are here as well. I'm going to go into the webinar tab just to give you a look at that. And actually, this is a good example. So you'll see now that I've gone into the webinar tab and it's not showing your preferred pricing, it's actually showing $30. Sometimes when you created a new account, it does take some time for that to register. So I'm just going to quickly go check my CMRT profile to make sure everything went through. And I'll see my transactions, and I'll see that I did in fact register for that. And so I see $0. So it might just need a little extra time. So I'm going to go back to the catalog. And hopefully that's all it needed to kick in that pricing. So I'm going to click on webinars again. Aha, it did work. So now you see it is all free. So if you log in and the pricing does not look like the way it should, so you know that it should be less, for example, what I would recommend doing is just one, make sure you're logged in to your account, and you can always go into your CMRT CPD profile to make sure that you have gone through the account creation process and to validate that, and then you should see your preferred pricing pop up. Okay, so now I'm going to take you through registering for a course. So I'm going to register for the abdominal MRI webinar. This is available on demand. We do have some live webinars as well, but I'm going to just walk you through an on-demand offering so you can see what that looks like. So we know that the webinars are free to ASMIRT members, and so that's at $0. Again, if you get to this page and you see it's $30, just make sure you're logged into your account, and then you will see the preferred pricing. I'm going to add this to my cart, and it takes me to a prompt copyright statement. This is just a typical copyright statement that acknowledges that CAMRT is the copyright owner of the content of the webinar, and that you agree not to distribute it beyond your own personal learning use. And I'm going to continue to my shopping cart, and I see, yes, that's what I want. I'm going to check out. And complete my payment of $0. If it is a full-length course, you'll have to actually enter in your credit card information, but because this webinar is free, I'm just going to complete my payment. And you'll see the receipt there that you can keep for your own purposes. So now that you have registered or for the course, where do you go to actually find the course material? That's going to be under My CAMRT CPD. So when you click on this tab at the top, depending on the type of course that you registered for, that's where you'll go. So if you registered for a full-length course, you'll find that under My Full-Length Programs. I registered for a webinar, so I'm going to go to My Virtual Programming, and that's where I'll find my abdominal MRI webinar. So you'll see here, just at the top of the page, just a little bit of information on our policy for virtual programming. And then if I want to actually watch the webinar, I'm going to click on abdominal MRI down here, and that opens up all and gives me all of the links and files that I need to complete this. So under course resources, you'll see there's a link for the course video. When you click on that, that will show, that will pop up the actual webinar recording. There's also a link to all of our policies and procedures and a course evaluation. If you do want to get credit for this course, you will need to complete the quiz. If you want to get credit, or actually even if you want a letter of completion to show as evidence that you did complete this learning, you do need to do the quiz, which is under requirements. And so to complete the quiz, you would just click on complete online, and it'll ask you to put in your name, which I will do quickly so you can see, and email, and then it will take you to the quiz, and you just complete the quiz electronically. So you answer all of our quizzes are 100% multiple choice questions, and then you submit it. And then if hopefully you get over 75%, you will get credit for the course. So that's how you register for the course. One last thing, I'm actually just going to flip over to another window to show you a different account that has actually gone through and completed the quiz. So once you've actually completed the quiz successfully, you will get a results letter. And this is a different course, but I just wanted to show you where to find your results letter that that you can keep for your records. So this was another webinar that I had completed some time ago. And once you've submitted the quiz, you will see, instead of seeing a little button about completing the quiz, you'll see letter of completion. And you click on that letter of completion, and that shows you when you did it, how many credits it was worth, and it also gives you the RACIME reference code, which is for the category A credits for the ARRT. So that's really important for your records, particularly if you are an ARRT member and wanting to submit it for your continuing competence portfolio there. Otherwise, I would just really recommend that once you get these letter of completion, to download and save them on your own computer or in your own files. And you will have access to these letters, and if you but they might not stay in your account forever. And so you do want to download a copy for your records. If you are ever needing a record of completion and you can't see it in your account, you're always welcome to email us, again, cpd@camrt.ca, and we can dig up a record of that learning for you. So the very last thing I wanted to walk you through before I turn it back over to Tanya is, I did mention there were two CPD catalogs. One was our full catalog of all our courses. The other one is specifically for our certificate programs. So I just wanted to show you that quickly. So this is where you can find all of the information on what the eligibility criteria is for our certificate programs and what you need to do to achieve the certificate and to register for the certificate program. So let's say, for example, you're interested in getting your CT imaging certificate. You would come to this catalog. It gives you a nice overview of eligibility criteria for this particular certificate program. Each certificate program also has a handbook that you'll see here. If you click on that, it opens up a comprehensive document telling you all the courses you need to complete and the clinical requirements to achieve that particular certificate program. So if these certificates are of interest to you, I would recommend visiting this catalog, reading through the program handbook, and that outlines everything that you need to know about the certificate program. And again, it will tell you what courses, what prerequisite courses are required to be completed before you can actually register in the clinical component. So that's just more for your reference and in case you are interested. But otherwise, I think that is the full tour of the portal. Basically, everything you need is within this portal. You followed the links, you log in. There will be a different link once you've already created your account so that you don't have to go through that whole lengthy process of creating an account every time you log in. There is an existing users link as well that you'll find on your association's web page with instructions on how to create an account as a new user and how to log in as an existing user. But once you are logged in, essentially everything you need is it within this portal itself. So, but if you have questions or you feel something is missing or not quite right, again, please feel free to reach out to us via email. You can always call us if it's in business hours as well. But otherwise, I think I'm just going to pass it back over to Tanya to wrap up the webinar.
Thanks, Carrie, for that run through. That was fantastic and a perfect reminder to make sure that you download and save all your CPD learnings for your own record. So that leads me to remind you all to self-claim your CPD, including your reflections in the ASMIRT CPD My Page portal. Make sure that you retain all your supporting evidence in the event of an APRA MRPBA audit. So you can lodge ASMIRT CPD credits for undertaking these CAMRT CPD modules, and depending on which module you want to take, it will fall within two main categories: self-directed learning and formal education, and it will range between 2.5 to 5 credits per hour. So as mentioned, ASMIRT members will be receiving an email on Friday the 1st of May, which will contain all the important information and relevant links and user guide on how to access the ASMIRT CAMRT portal and how to browse the CPD catalogue. So please send any initial questions regarding access to ASMIRT at cpd@asmirt.org. For any questions about the CPD offerings or if you need any technical support, please email cpd@camrt.ca. So this is a wonderful new ASMIRT CAMRT partnership, and we hope that you will all take advantage of this wonderful resource and benefit from the wide range of learnings on offer from the CAMRT. So just a reminder that ASMIRT preferential pricing and all purchases are in Canadian dollars. And just to remind you all that to access this deal, you must follow the link through your email that you will receive tomorrow or through the ASMIRT My Page. Once you've created an account and purchased the ASMIRT CPD agreement for $0, you can then browse the CAMRT CPD catalogue and purchase your CPD. And just a reminder to regularly self-claim your CPD and retain all your supporting evidence. I'd like to thank Carrie for joining us for this presentation. It is greatly appreciated. And on behalf of all ASMIRT members, a huge thank you to the CAMRT for providing this fantastic new CPD initiative. We thank you very much. Carrie and I now welcome any questions that you may have. Thank you.